Welcome to Film Legends, where the most renowned films of our age battle to be crowned the greatest of all time. We'll be analyzing and awarding points for every single thing a movie does right. Many will compete, but in the end, only the strongest will have what it takes to become film legends. Today's challenger, Deadpool. Juice Newton's soft pop hit Angel of the Morning plays over Deadpool's opening carnage, an ironic juxtaposition of image and sound.
Musical accompaniment.
A reference to Deadpool's co-creator Rob Liefeld. The opening credits mock the standard celebratory roll call, reducing the cast to base descriptions.
Stroke KO.
Our first meta Ryan Reynolds reference. Yet another Ryan Reynolds reference.
Please don't make the super suit green.
The actor previously starring in the far less legendary The Green Lantern. A nice callback to Deadpool's social media profile. I'll give you one guess as to what's the only Twitter account Deadpool follows.
Retweet.
Completely undercutting the traditional superhero intro, our first image of Deadpool is, well, with a dude in his crotch. Really nice use of the freeze frame aesthetic, overpaid tool.
Sweet biz. First fourth wall break.
Somehow I get the feeling there's going to be quite a few more of these.
So you gotta hold on to love. Tight. And never let go.
Come on, Deadpool, you can come up with something more profound than a Hallmark card.
Combo loss.
An ironic reference to the R-rated Deadpool's obsession with PG-rated pop culture insignia. The film's actually filled to the brim with these pop culture references. Deadpool defines himself through the merch he collects, reflective of 19th century economist Thorstein Veblen. In his book, The Theory of the Leisure Class, Veblen stated that people show off the goods they buy to signal their superiority, much as Deadpool constantly does.
Deep thoughts.
However, for the 19th century Veblen, this merch was fancy silverware and bespoke clothing. Now in Deadpool, it's Hello Kitty lip balm and a Voltron ring, signifying today's obsession with pop culture as a means of social status. This opening freeway fight is actually an almost shot-for-shot recreation of the leaked Deadpool footage that led Fox to greenlight the feature in the first place.
Self-adaptation win.
A musical allusion to the 1960s Batman theme, a far less violent superhero adaptation. The exit signs of the highway are all named after famous comic book artists and writers. Fort McGinnis refers to Deadpool comic artist Ed McGuinness, and Ditko Avenue, of course, refers to legendary artist and writer Steve Ditko.
Sweet biz.
Let's count them down.
The bullets are marked by the remaining number Deadpool has left, adding suspense as the count ticks down.
Someone's not counting.
Doubly sweet biz.
Deadpool satirizes conventional superhero norms, replacing the typical good-natured, self-sacrificing hero with a cynical jackass who wantonly murders others.
Stroke KO.
I'm touching myself tonight.
Yet narratively, the film's still the exact same origin story as all the films it mocks.
Not as edgy as you think.
Nice use of the comic caption. This Pizza Boy interrogation is pulled directly from the Deadpool comics.
Adaptation win.
A reference to former X-Men producer and now Marvel head honcho, Kevin Feige.
Meta shout out.
Fuck. Liefeld.
Yep, that's Deadpool's co-creator himself, Rob Liefeld. I think it's about time we retire this whole hooker with a heart of gold trope. I mean, it's not even the first time Morena Baccarin has played this role.
Please, no hate mail, brown coats.
I bet Eisenstein never thought the montage would end up here.
No.
A nice reference to frequent Deadpool comic accomplice Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man.
Rep a win.
Yeah, like I got bit by a radioactive Shar-Pei.
Taken directly from the comic where Deadpool remarks he looks just like Ryan Reynolds crossed with a Shar-Pei. A figurine of Deadpool from Wolverine Origins, where the character wasn't quite as accurately portrayed. Wade Wilson wears a Rent shirt, a Broadway musical about people coping with terminal disease, reflective of Wilson's own sickly state.
I swear to God, I will find you in the next life, and I'm gonna boombox Careless Whisper outside your window. Wham!
A reference to the rom-com classic Say Anything, where John Cusack holds up a boombox outside Iona Sky's house.
I don't know, might further the plot.
It will.
Meta shout out.
Let's pro-con this superhero thing.
Deadpool constantly struggles with what it means to be a superhero. Is he a murderous Frankenstein-esque monster or a romantic hero? This central dilemma plays out throughout the film.
Narrative through line.
Let us go talk to the professor.
McAvoy or Stewart?
A reference to the X-Men franchise, where Professor X is played by both Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy as a young man.
Ref a win!
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
A line from Paul Verhoeven's RoboCop, also about a horrifically disfigured man seeking revenge against the people who scarred him.
Die, ref a win!
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Yet another reference, this time to Judy Blume's novel Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, in which a prepubescent girl anxiously awaits her first period. Yep, Deadpool's making a menstrual blood joke here.
Just promise you'll do right by me, so I can do right by someone else.
Deadpool's statement here echoes the Aristotelian philosophy of self-love, wherein a man can only truly help others and have a meaningful relationship after he's first bettered himself.
Deep thoughts.
A blink and you'll miss it cameo by the X-Men character Morrow.
Well, sew your pretty mouth shut. Oh, I wouldn't do that.
Another reference to Wolverine Origins, where for some inexplicable reason they do just that.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
I'm not sure.
Let's count them down. Did I leave the stove on? Oh, hello. I was talking to them. And we all know how this turned out.
You ever see 127 Hours?
You might want to look away for this.
The wrong guy!
Just turned that other guy into a fucking kebab. Is the mask muffling my voice? I'm touching myself tonight in the most colossal way. This superhero thing.
There, all caught up.
16 walls.
Oh my god, it actually is 16 fourth wall breaks.
Meta token unlocked.
Blind Owl's a subversion of the kindly, blind old man most famously depicted in Bride of Frankenstein. In Bride, Frankenstein's monster seeks refuge with the only person that would take in something so hideous, a blind man, just as Deadpool does with Blind Owl. Yet unlike the caring blind man, Owl's a foul-mouthed, mean-spirited woman.
God, I miss cocaine.
Throw KO!
Think Ryan Reynolds got this far on his superior acting method?
Oh come on, Ryan, you carried an entire movie in a coffin. You're not that bad of an actor.
Don't beat yourself up, Rye!
Love is blind, Wade.
A reference to Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales.
For Lou is blind all day and may not see.
No, you're blind.
Give it up for Chastity.
Good old obligatory Stan Lee cameo, like chicken soup on a cold winter day.
He's the best.
Just how meta can this movie get? Oh, I'm sorry I even asked.
Meta shout
Big
out.
house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Man.
Deadpool makes the most of its limited budget, a mere third of the cost of X-Men Apocalypse, proof that frugality breeds creativity. Deadpool's romantic advice to Dopinder parodies romantic courtly love, a medieval concept in which a chivalrous knight would illicitly woo a spoken-for noble woman. Except in Deadpool's warped mind, the knight should kill the husband and kidnap the noble woman.
Time to make the chimmy chongas.
A deep-cut reference to the 1980s Dunkin' Donuts ad.
Time to make the donuts.
Fred the Baker is my favorite baker.
Wait a second, is that the same helicarrier from Captain America?
Sweet Liz.
Superhero landing. She gonna do a superhero landing. Wait for it.
Deadpool's constant wink and nods to other superhero films perfectly encapsulates postmodernism,
Superhero landing.
a movement defined by cynicism toward traditional narratives.
Deep thoughts.
Bob?
Wait.
Oh my God, I haven't seen you since
Jacksonville.
TGI Friday.
Bob's actually a character straight from the Deadpool comic.
In these moments, everything else falls away. The way the world sees us. The way we...
Deadpool rejects Colossus's impassioned moral plea, subverting the traditional superhero moral code.
You finally learn to do what is necessary. I won't kill you.
Yep, Deadpool sure ain't no Batman.
Throw KO.
I'm just a boy about to stand in front of a girl.
A reference to the classic rom-com Notting Hill.
I'm also just a girl standing in front of a boy, asking him to love her.
What? I really love rom-coms.
Romantic comedy bias.
Another meta reference to everybody's favorite X-Men, Wolverine.
Meta shout out.
You don't need to be a superhero to get the girl. The right girl will bring out the hero in you.
Deadpool's summation of love parallels the classical Aristotelian relationship of shared virtue, wherein Aristotle advocated the highest form of love was a partner who challenges and inspires you to grow into your highest potential. Of course, Deadpool couldn't end without one last film reference, here citing the post-credit scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You're still here.
You're still here?
It's over.
It's over.
Go home.
Go home.
All right, Deadpool, let's see how you did. Sure, he may be hideous underneath all that tight spandex, but his style ain't nothing to scoff at. And that context score over 8 million. Wow, Deadpool really is today's pop culture king. And he completely decimated that fourth wall, earning him the meta token of meta-ness. Good enough for an extra 500,000 points or 147,000 bags of chimichangas. But how will that treat him on the leaderboard? Wow, Deadpool easily beating his fellow Marvel hero and cute-talking fish. Deadpool is number 2, the deuce. Seems awfully appropriate. Well, that's it for this week, and come back real soon as another superhero takes a shot at the Matrix's top spot. We'll see soon enough if it bleeds.
Is the next challenger ready?
Hey, if you haven't seen Wisecrack's video on the philosophy of Deadpool, you're missing out big time. We dive into how Deadpool is one of the smartest movies out there. It's meta, it's cynical, and brilliant. So take a bite out of this chimichanga to learn more about the merc with a mouth by watching The Philosophy of Deadpool now. And make sure to catch up on the latest episodes of Film Legends by clicking on any of the thumbnails here. Until next time, peace.